to tuck you in at night. And if you wanna leave, I can guarantee you won't find nobody else like me. Don't stop believing. Hold on. Sweet life, people. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Sweet life, people.
Bro, I'm straight up not having a good time.
California, rest in peace. Simultaneous release. California, show your teeth. She's my priestess, I'm your priest. Yeah. Young girl, see you want me, body alive, and I'm just a dead man walking tonight. But you need it, yeah, you need it, all of the time, yeah. Getting born in the state of Mississippi. Papa was a copper and mama was a hippie. In Alabama, she was swinging hammer. Race you gotta pay when you break the panorama.
And welcome to class, everyone. Welcome back to another live class here on the Healthier Together virtual wellness channel. Julie, hi, welcome to class. Hope you're doing great. Today, 30-minute class, real quick one, and the Tabata format. As a lot of you guys know, I like to try to get into these right away. So I'll do a little bit explaining while we get into our warm-up, so that way we can fulfill our full timer here. Was that 26 minutes of actual Tabata, our workout plan today. So I'd like to start off with jumping jacks for our warm-up. Feel free to go right into the jump if you'd like, or I'll lead it off with that low impact one. So yeah, let's get it started with some jumping jacks. So again, as we get started here, just starting to warm up the body. We got the step out jumping jack option. That little bit lower impact, or like I said, go right into the jumping form of the jumping jack. So as most of you guys know, when it comes to Tabatas are typically one exercise done at intervals of 20 seconds of work and 10 seconds of rest. Let's go into a march or a jog in place. So 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest for 8 rounds. It ends up being about 4 minutes in length. And like I said, only about one exercise during those 4 minutes. Today, we're gonna make it a little interesting, where we get some variability through our exercises, but it's not just gonna be one exercise for 4 minutes. Let's go into a side step, and we'll get those arms involved. So, for example, we'll be targeting a area of the body or a specific muscle group. Arms up overhead. So like legs, we'll be doing a lot of squats and different squat variations. So that's how we're going to mix it up today. A little bit of variability, just for some fun, some different movements. And Yeah, so it doesn't get stale doing, let's say, just a standard push-up for 4 minutes. Arms horizontal, getting that twist involved. So we'll incorporate some core and abs, and we'll hit some of the major muscle groups and areas of the body within our 26 minutes. All right, we're gonna slow it down here. Squat and elbow to knee. So feet in that squat position. Squat down, come up, twist, right elbow to left knee, and we alternate. It's doing the same thing. So today, like my title screen said, a yoga mat for some of our ground-based exercises, and then a set of dumbbells. Whatever you have. If you have a couple different sets, that'd be awesome. So that way you can do something a little bit heavier for our lower body exercises, and then something maybe a little bit lighter for some of our upper body exercises. All right, some leg kicks, leg swings here. So kicking the leg forward and alternating, just that little nice step to transition from one leg to the next. Keep it going. There we go. It's toasty in this room today. I gotta open up the window this time. Excellent. Last couple kicks here. And let's go into a butt kick here. So whether you want to jog or if you want to do this kind of side bend or side weight shift, bringing the heel up to the glutes, we're gonna round out our warm up here. Nicely done. All right, any other stretches that you would like to do, go and do so now. I'm gonna be working pretty quick here, demonstrating the next exercise during our 20 seconds and 10 seconds off. So be listening, be on the lookout for those update variations, so that way we can just transition into those nice and smoothly and right on that 20-second mark, the start of the round. So we're gonna start with the core. I wanna get some abs, some core training in right away for this first round of our Tabata round. So for the core, we're gonna start with a plank on our hands, and then we're going to move into a plank march. So we'll kind of go from hands to forearms, just to alternate and give a little bit of break for those of you that need a little bit of rest through the wrists. So yes, plank on our hands for the first 20 seconds. Like I said, be looking out for my explanation and demonstration of the next exercise. So let's have some fun. Let's get started. Those 7 seconds are for me. Hi, buddy. We're gonna start with that plank on our hands. So that nice good core squeeze, making sure that we keep that back flat. Squeeze the glutes a little bit. Again, brace that stomach. Supervisor's in a super happy mood today. He's been next to me quite a bit today. So next exercise will be a plank march, and that'll be marching your feet. So with this one, we'll be on our forearms, still in that plank position, but we're just lifting the feet up only about 4 to 6 inches off the floor. Again, keeping that core nice and tight. Here we go. Plank march. All right, next exercise, we'll be starting that tabletop position on the floor. So 90 degrees through the hip and through the knee, and on our hands. On the beep, we're gonna lift up off the floor, knees off the floor, into a hover position. So back stays flat the whole time. We're still engaging the core, but we might also get that utilization of those quads in this hover or tabletop position. So keep it locked in. We'll get to do this one more time. All right, next one, back on our forearms, a plank body saw. So you'll have to kind of walk your toes a little bit with this one. But what we're starting in is our plank position on our forearms, and we walk our feet back, and we just kind of shift our weight. Shoulders come back behind the elbow, shoulders come forward in front of the elbow. So like I said, you might need to like tiptoe your toes and feet a little bit just to help manage that rocking motion back and forth. Nice job. Finish it out. We'll go back to that hover. Back to that hover. Again, in that tabletop position, hands and knees to start off with. And then, like I said, on that beep, squeeze the core, lift the hips slightly. The knees are only hovering maybe about an inch or two off the floor. And keep holding on the next one. We're gonna come all the way to our stomachs. With our arms and legs extended, we're gonna do a Superman, Superwoman, super person extension, the hold. So all we're gonna do is lift up through the glutes and legs, lift the arms up off the floor. We're gonna hold this elevated arm and leg position for 20 seconds. If you need to, it feels a little bit better to have those arms at your sides. That works as well, but you'll get a little bit more back the shoulder engagement with those arms out in front of yourself. Keep it going. Next exercise will be starting on our hands and toes for a plank up down. So in that plank position, we drop to the forearm, and then pushing back up to our starting hand plank position. That's it. Keep it going. 5, 4, keep it going. Last one, forearm plank, but a pipe. So this one's kind of neat. So with this one in that plank position, we're gonna lift the hips up, tucking the head underneath our body, and then lowering back down to that plank position. Here we go. Again, always returning back to that nice, good, solid plank, flat back position. Last few seconds, and we have a little rest here before we go into our upper body workout, or upper body section. So get some water as you need to. With this next one here, push-ups and push-up variations. Yeah, hi, buddy. So we're coming to the last 20 seconds here of our rest. Push-ups. We're gonna start with a standard push-up, whether that's on your knees or your toes, but that arm position will just be in that right outside the shoulders, like I said, standard push-up. So if you're doing it on your knees, make sure from head to kneecap, you're in that straight line and coming as low as you can. And that's the same thing, except head to heel in that straight line for push-ups on your hands and toes. Nice, finish it out. And we're gonna go into wide. So see and kind of picture where your hands are right now, and then just spread it out. Wide push-ups here. So again, kneeling. So here's my normal hand position. I'm gonna take one hand a little bit bigger, wider hand position for my wide push-ups. Here we go. Last 10 seconds. Again, keep in mind of those last 2 positions of those hands, because this next set, we're gonna go into narrow. So again, wide, standard, narrow. Fingertips don't have to touch. They're just more so right directly underneath the armpit and shoulder, or slightly in. So for me, this is my normal push-up. I'm gonna bring my hands in right underneath, keeping those elbows in tight to the body. And 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, now stagger. So this is that normal or slightly wide hand position, but all we're going to do is take one hand, our right hand, and bring it out in front of our other hand and do push-ups in a staggered hand and arm position. Excellent. Keep pushing. 10 more seconds. And again, feel free to utilize toes or knees, whatever you need to do to keep with those push-up repetitions. Nice job with that one. That one might be a little bit different. But now we're just doing that alternate. So now this is my left arm. Left arm staggered forward. Here we go. And breathe. Keep the core tight and breathe. Exhale as you press through your hands, through the floor. Four, three, two. We're going into blast off push-ups. So if you're on your knees, you're gonna start in child's pose, push through the knees, staying close to the ground, down to the floor, and pushing straight back to that child's pose position. This works, same thing up on your toes, except you press through your toes into that push-up and plank position before you go to the floor. That's it. Try to keep up that little bit of speed, little bit of pace that you had. We're gonna move into triangle push-ups. So this is a narrow version as well, except we're gonna bring that thumb and fingertip together underneath our chest and body. So they can be touching, they can be somewhat separate, but elbows out wide. Trying to encourage a little bit more tricep use from these push-ups. 10 more seconds, and then the final one. This one's kind of a killer, but I like this one for a little bit more shoulders. Finish it out here. We're gonna go hands and toes, and we're gonna press our hips up, kind of that downward dog position, and we're coming head to the floor and pushing back up. Again, you can bring the feet in a little bit, but we're trying to keep our head and back in more of that vertical angle to target the shoulders. If you need to, feel free, drop down to your knees or your toes and just do standard push-ups if this one gets a little bit too challenging. Nice. Good work with the push-ups. We're done with those. We're gonna stay on the floor and go into our ab routine. So feel free to grab water right now. Woo. So we're gonna start on our back. This ab routine is just kind of targeting the abs and the obliques, and the hip flexors a little bit as well. So we're gonna start with a cross crunch. So with this cross crunch, as you come up in that crunch, just lifting the shoulder blades off the floor, we're coming up and reaching right arm to left knee and alternating left arm to right knee. Let's go, let's go. Squeeze those stomach muscles, those abs, pull and help lift that upper body up off the floor. Again, shoulder blades off the floor. Excellent. All right, go ahead and stay in this position here. Arms are going to be at our sides. We're going to those heel touches. So lifting the shoulder blades off the floor, and we're just swiveling, bringing hand to heel. That's it. Keep it going. Again, lift those shoulder blades up off the floor. Again, squeeze those abs. Keep yourself elevated. Now we're gonna move into Russian twist. My goodness. All right, we're gonna be in that reclined position. Heels can be on the floor as we rotate side to side. Chest and head follow the hands. If you wanna elevate this one a little bit more, lift the heels up off the floor. More in that reclined position here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right, laying back flat on our backs here with our legs up in the air, toe touches. So we're trying to lift those shoulders and hands up to our shoelaces here. Again, squeeze the abs, lift the shoulder blades. Keep it going. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, nice work. Sit-ups. If you'd like to, go ahead and do crunches. But with the sit-ups, you can use as much of your arms as you'd like to help you up, or keep the fingertips up to the ceiling. Use less of your arms, more of your abs to sit you all the way up. Again, crunches are an acceptable variation here if you need to. 2, 1. And rest. All right, leg lowers. So Arms at the sides for just support and balance. Legs are up. We're going to lower one and then the other as option one. Or both legs. Oh, this one's challenging. And this can be a very short, maybe 6-inch movement, and then back to your starting position or all the way down to the floor. Excellent time. Bicycles. So a couple options with this one. The standard bicycle where you're going opposite elbow to opposite knee, getting those obliques involved. Or feel free to tone it down a little bit and just pedal, cycle those legs, keeping the shoulders elevated up off the floor for that nice, good abdominal engagement. And last one here, in and outs. So hands supported just behind you in this kind of reclined position. And we're going legs extended and then legs tucked in to the body. In and out. If you need to, legs on the floor, and you can alternate and still get that good hip flexor engagement from this one. 2, 1, and rest. Nice work. All right, 40 seconds of rest. We're gonna go into our squat options here. This is where you will definitely need the dumbbells for our resistance. We're gonna start it off with just a shoulder squat, as I'm going to call it. And that just means the placement of our dumbbells and how we're holding it. So we're gonna place the dumbbells up on our shoulders. You can see my elbows are kind of elevated in front of myself. And it's just going to be a standard squat. So feet about shoulder width apart, sinking the hips back and down behind us. Here we go. Nice job. Again, holding those dumbbells up. They can rest on your shoulders if you'd like. And 3, 2, 1. Dumbbells are going to be in front of our face or our collarbone more specifically. So with this one, arms out in front of our torso, holding the dumbbells at that collarbone level. A front squat. Make sure you're sitting your hips back behind you. Making sure we have that good squat form. And relax into a split squat. So we're gonna take that right leg back behind us. We're gonna hold this position here, again, as if you're stepping on a narrow railroad track, not on a balance beam. And we're dropping that back knee straight down in that vertical orientation. Really pushing through the ground, through that front leg. And 3, 2, 1. Excellent. We're going to switch and do the same thing on the other leg. So again, left leg back if you're with me here. If you did it opposite of me, that's fine. Let's get after it. 20 more seconds. Here we go. Down and up. Again, more like an elevator. We're trying to get in that vertical position. Hips and back knee go straight down to the floor. 2, 1. All right, slightly different arm position. We're gonna hold those dumbbells right at our midsection here. We might get a little bicep engagement, but this is similar, or as best we can represent what's called a Zercher squat. Zercher squat with a barbell. So still keep that chest up. Try not to fold yourself in half to the floor. Excellent. All right, we got a side squat. So feet nice and wide. We're just gonna shift our body weight side to side. We're gonna shift and squat on one leg, shift and squat on the other leg. Manage that spread with your feet, so that way it feels a little more comfortable, a little bit more natural to sit the hips back and squat through that one leg. 2, 1. All right, offset squat. So find that squat stance, and then take that right foot and take one little step forward. So from the side, we're taking that one little step forward, and we're squatting like so. What's interesting about this one is you can lift that back heel, if you can kind of see in front of myself, in that back heel. I'm kind of up on my toe, and my heel kind of naturally comes up. It's just that typical functional movement in this position. So we'll do the same thing again. Left foot takes that little step forward, and we're gonna do these offset squats. So trying to push evenly through both legs, even though we are in this offset position. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. All right, dumbbells down for now. Little combo here. We're gonna take half of our abs and do it with half of our core exercises. So we'll find ourselves on our back, starting with that cross crunch. All right, so tuck the heels into the body slightly. We're getting ready, like I said, for that cross crunch. Lifting the shoulder blades up, right arm reaches to that outside left kneecap, and same thing for that opposite side.
If you like being your coladas, getting caught in the rain.
Nice job. Keep up the pace. Again, we only have about 20 seconds for each of these little sets. So try to increase that pace if you can.
In the dunes on the Cape.
Excellent. All right, those heel touches. So lifting the shoulder blades up, keeping the arms down at the sides, and we swivel, reaching that hand from heel to heel. Three, 2, 1, and sitting up in that reclined position next for Russian twist. Again, heels can be on the floor or elevated, but we're always, no matter what, reclined back to target those abs and incorporate those obliques. And 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right. Last one for the abs, our toe touches. So on our backs, legs up in the air towards the ceiling. And we're lifting those hands and shoulders up to our shoelaces. Nice job. Halfway, 10 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. And we'll be into that hover. So back to the core here, tabletop position. And again, we lift up through the hips, lifting the knees up off the floor. We're hovering here, keeping the core engaged, quads and hip flexors engaged in this position as well. And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, to our stomachs. That super person hold. So either arms out in front of you for a little bit more shoulder engagement, or they can be down at your sides for a little bit more comfortability. But we lift up through the glutes. Try to lift that hamstring, back of the hand, back of the leg, up to the ceiling. 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right, plank up, down. So starting on our hands, plank on our hands, and then down to our forearms. One arm at a time as we lift and drop down, and then press back up. Awesome. All right, final one. This will be that pike on our forearms. Plank forearm pike. That's hips up in that downward dog, controlling that descent. This one can be done on the hands as well if you'd prefer. You might get a little bit more range of motion through this one, which makes it a little more difficult. And time. Nice job, everyone. We have our final little set here, final 4 minutes, which will be for the back. Some back exercises. We're gonna get a lot of good bicep work within this as well, because the biceps have to work with our back to do some of these movements. So, dumbbells. We're gonna start off with our upright row. So we'll grab onto our dumbbells, palms face our legs, our body, keeping the hands kind of in towards the midline. We lead with the elbows, lifting dumbbells and hands to about our collarbone, to our chin level, and we lower back down. Let's go. Final 4 minutes. Nice job. Again, lift with that upper part of the shoulder, upper part of the back. All right, next one. Bent over row with a 1-arm hold. So we'll take that right arm and hold it. Squeeze the shoulder blade to the spine. We're gonna hold it right next to our body, and that other arm pulls and does a single arm row. So no matter what, one shoulder blade always stays engaged. The other one is engaging and releasing in that repetitive motion. 3, 2, 1. Excellent, stand back up. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Again, start with that 1-arm row and hold on that left side. So pull and hold, squeeze the shoulder blade, and then you'll row through that other arm. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release. And time, well done. All right, if you have a little bit lighter dumbbell, feel free to grab that. We're gonna go into reverse flies. So targeting the back of the shoulder, bent over position, arms go wide. We squeeze the shoulder blades as we keep those arms relatively straight. Again, try to reach slightly behind you to help engage those shoulders. If you come out forward with those arms, you're gonna be targeting the shoulders. We wanna target the back of the shoulders. Nice, that's a quick one for that one. But we're gonna go into just our standard back row. So bent over position, and we pull. Now, just like our push-ups, take note of how you are rowing, where those arms are tracking right now. For the standard back row, the standard arm position. So the next one here will be our wide arm. So we'll take those elbows and arms out to the side a little bit more. So here's my standard row right here. This will be my wide row. So arms and elbows come out to the side more, nice and wide, but still bending through the elbow. Pinch those shoulder blades together. Last few seconds. And we're into that narrow. So again, here's my standard row. My narrow, arms are starting in and stay in tight to the body. Here's my narrow, and then here's my standard. So they're somewhat similar, but upper arm stays right next to the torso. Arms get pulled right into almost the belly button, to the navel. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, last one here. Palms will be forward. Standard back row here, but palms are forward. Oh no! My cat just knocked over my light. That's it. So again, palms forward, standard row. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and time. That is it. Oh, I hope I hope my annoying coworker has the money to buy me a new light if needed. Oh, the joys of having cats. Anyway, nice job, everyone. Let's get down to the floor. We'll do some stretches just to kind of cool ourselves down. Down to the floor, half kneeling position. We're going to start with just back of the shoulder, since we just did some of our back and shoulder exercises. And when you're ready, switch to the other side. If you like to switch legs, I even thought about switching legs just for kind of even stability as I'm just kneeling. But yeah, you don't have to switch your legs. And relax that arm. All right, into the hip flexors here. So squeeze the glutes, rotate the hip bone up underneath you forward. And we'll take that little shoulder, lean back of the torso. Yeah, you knocked over my light. Switch to the other side. And same thing, squeeze the glutes, rotate the hip bone up underneath us and hold. It has definitely been a little party today. Usually I get maybe one cat that either like starts here and then leaves or like just comes in briefly. I had both cats. My annoying coworker, as I call him, and then my supervisor, the black and white one. All right, let's come up onto our feet. Nice wide stance here. We're just gonna shift our weight over to one side, keeping one leg straight, and then bending that other leg, just getting that inner thigh stretch. And we'll switch to the other side again, just shifting that weight over the other leg, bending the knee, keeping that other leg straight for stability. Oh my goodness. Hey. And release. And that is it. Would you stop? Oh my goodness. Thanks everyone for joining. Hope you enjoyed that 30-minute Tabata. Again, something a little different with targeting a like an area or a muscle group. And yeah, just having those little variations with the movement. So that is it for me. Make sure you stay hydrated throughout the day. Eat some good calories. Maybe get some extra stretches in. And I'll see you again next Wednesday for my next class. What are you doing? Thanks, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you again in the next one.
Even if I tried, even if I wanted to, and I can't change. Even if I tried, even if I wanted to. My love, she keeps me.